introduction is needed. We're going to get directly into this shit, man. On last week, we had some choice words from former Dallas Cowboy, current Seattle Seahawk Demarcus Lawrence, talking about that he said he loves the Cowboys and this and that, but he knows he's not going to win a Super Bowl there. So now he's in Seattle. We have players like Chauncey Golston, Micah Parsons make comments about it. Terrence, what are your thoughts on what Demarcus Lawrence said?
Um, honestly, the first part I ain't really have a problem with, you know what I mean, saying like he won't win a Super Bowl in Dallas, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. I didn't really have a problem with that first part. I responded, you know what I mean, I said something about it. Just, you know what I mean, on some like if you wasn't gonna win in Dallas, you know what I mean, how you think you gonna win in Seattle type shit. But what he said in response to what Micah said, that's what I had a problem with and the issue with. You know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like
Okay, so hold on. His Micah called him a clown. So people who don't know, Micah
yeah,
said that's some clown shit. This is what rejection and
and
envy looks
envy look
like. This
like.
is some clown shit.
Yeah.
And then Demarcus rebutted with calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you
Yeah,
spent
man.
less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left.
And that was crazy to me.
Because
You can't talk about wanting to win and things like that when you on national TV talking about being tired in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like I just that was my whole problem. Like you can't talk about culture and not winning when you was part of the disease in the culture and not winning. I mean, I don't remember the last time he got a sack in the playoffs. I don't remember, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember when he really stepped up and like made a real impact in a playoff game. So I mean, I just felt like he was part of that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying he the sole reason, but he's definitely part of that. So like when you was here, you wasn't talking like that. So the second you touch down in Seattle, that's how you talking. I thought that was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um, and you know what I mean, for you to think that your teammates, your old teammates, not to feel some type of way of what you said, is crazy too. Cause like Chauncey said, man, it's supposed to be a brotherhood. Like even if you really felt that way, you're not supposed to say it to the media. You know what I'm saying? Like you still respect those guys across the way. That's how it's supposed to be. But I don't know if he was necessarily taking a shot, but you know, what I mean, a lot of people could take it that way. I just felt like it was just something that just shouldn't even have been said for real.
Well, Cowboys legend Michael Irvin has a YouTube channel, which I didn't even know. He has his own YouTube channel, and he took to YouTube and said that Demarcus Lawrence was the reason. This is I'm just quoting him. He said Demarcus Lawrence was the reason the Cowboys haven't won anything in the past decade. Do you agree with that? That's what he said verbatim.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Verbatim.
probably he was probably mad. He was probably mad when he was saying that. But I'm not going. You can never blame one individual on the team sport, man. Like everybody mess up. Everybody, you know what I mean. Everybody get blamed because nobody play perfect. You know what I mean. Everybody make mistakes, read things wrong. Man, it's the NFL, man. But like, you know what I mean. Michael Irvin also got a point. You know what I mean. Like you was here for 11 years. You know what I mean. At no point did we see you take over a game. You know what I mean, you flashed, you know what I mean, you made plays and you know what I mean. Overall, I feel like you was a good player, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like saying that if Mike talking about Micah and what he's worried about, Micah has basically accomplished more in 4 years than you did in 11. So I mean, I just didn't understand that part, bro. Like if one person we know for sure be wanting to win, it's Micah, bro. We see it in the
Absolutely.
media. He talk about it, bro. And at no point did he ever talk about being tired or give an excuse of being tired, fatigued, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that was real weak for him to even say. And then, you know what I mean, to even talk about winning after that or wanting to win. You clearly didn't want to win because if winning was on the forefront of your mind, tired is never an excuse, bro. Never. Mental fatigue, none of that. None of that. I'm never going for none of that. So that's just how I feel about that, man. Um, but I mean, I do thank D Law for everything he gave to the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He gave a great 11 years. He had some good years in there. Um, and that's just where I'm gonna leave it at, man. I
Okay,
just wish he
well,
didn't say that.
to defend Demarcus Lawrence as far as playoff games, he did
No, he had some
take
games. I
over a
can't. I can't
game
say.
against the
I can't
Detroit
say he
Lions
didn't
about a
have some
decade
games.
ago.
I can't say he didn't have some games or some impact. Please,
No, that's what I'm
let's
saying.
take over the game.
Against
What
the
was the stat
Lions,
line?
he strip sacked Matt Stafford in
Mm-hmm.
2014, picked it up, fumbled the ball. He lost the fumble. Later on in that drive, it's the fourth quarter, last drive, he strip sacks Matt Stafford again, gets the fumble, stays on the ground. Cowboys win, run the timeout. So he did have a playoff game where he did take over. Now, that was 10, 11 years ago, though,
The Detroit Lions as well.
but it did happen. Now, Michael Irvin also brought up that he is close in the Dallas Cowboys locker room, and he says that Demarcus Lawrence was jealous of your brother due to the fact that the Cowboys defense was shit for a whole long time,
Before
and
Micah got
Demarcus
there for
Lawrence
sure.
was the man. Him and Sean Lee, but like he was more available than Sean Lee, at least at that point in time in his career. And Demarcus Lawrence was 14 and a half sacks, 10 plus sacks, a lot of strip sacks, strip fumbles, whatever, forced fumbles. Um, and then he gets paid, and then
Ghost
Micah
mode.
gets drafted. He gets hurt. We all know the story. He gets hurt. Gregory got messed up. I think another pass rusher. Micah got thrusted into the edge rushing role, and the rest is history. And like you just mentioned, he's damn near already accomplished more in 4 years than he did his entire career so far. And what Michael Irvin was saying, they never, and it wasn't just Michael Irvin I heard this from, but I'm just quoting him. It seems like they never really got on the right foot with each other. It was like jealousy and envy from the start with Demarcus and your brother. Thoughts on that?
Um, I can speak a little bit on that.
Because
Like,
he was the man. He was the man.
yeah,
It was Demarcus
you know what I
Lawrence was
mean?
the dude on the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak a little bit on that. Like, uh, just from like, you know what I mean, from what I see and peep and you know what I mean, when Micah do talk and things like that, I could tell like, you know what I mean, they didn't really get along. I think the first time that I really peeped at like, okay, they might not get along was probably maybe that 2023 season. Um, I think actually, yeah, it was after that. It was after that Packers playoff game, and Michael was talking about schemes and things like that. And when he had gotten Zimmer and noticed that like he was going to be moving around a lot, you know what I mean, never really on the same side. And I think the first thing he said was, "I wonder how D-Law going to take that because he don't like switching sides."
Oh wow.
And that kind of threw me off. Like, dang, like if Mike is saying you don't like switching sides, that means like you're probably making it be known. Like, I only want to be on that side of the ball. Like, and if you only want to be on that side of the ball, then like that's kind of a hindrance to the defense. Like,
Yeah, but in relates to jealousy though,
I'm, I
because
can't
that's
say
what Michael
jealousy,
Irvin was
bro.
talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say jealousy just because you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I mean they both making a lot of money. Yeah, I mean they both still faces of the defense. You know what I mean. Envy though, I can see envy. I can definitely see envy.
Because
Just because you know what I mean. How anybody would feel if you know what I mean. You the face of a team or one of the faces of a team. Definitely the face of the defense.
mhm.
and you know what I mean. Young guy comes in, and he's the face. He's the one with the jersey
Just
sales.
like that now. Yeah,
You
just
know
like
what I
that.
mean? Like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying. I think I seen a tweet the other day where it was somebody had commented and was like, I remember when I tried to buy a D-Law jersey, they weren't even available.
Mm.
Micah done had a top 10, top 5 selling jersey.
Jersey since he came in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Micah, I don't know, he just came in more marketable. And you know what I mean? I think the NFL and the team kind of like gravitated towards that. You know what I mean? You see Micah with the commercials, Madden, you know what I mean? Doing big things off the field. I mean, if you feel as though like you more deserving, you can definitely be envious.
And for people at home watching this, I don't know Demarcus Lawrence, never met the man. I'm not trying to paint him in a way or I'm not even really saying how I feel about it. I'm just asking questions. I
Listen,
don't want people to see this and think
people
that
people
we're trying
don't
to shit on him or nothing like that. No, that's
nah
not like
like
that.
I don't think people understand
Not
really
like
the
that at all.
business side. The business side, like the business side of it all. Like, yeah, it's a sport, bro, but it's a business. Like these guys are playing for their livelihood. Like the reason why D Law would be envious is the same thing that happened. We don't need you anymore. You wanted a contract, we didn't offer you one. And then you reacted how you reacted. And I just think that was a part of it. I mean, honestly, like you can even see on the sidelines, bro. When what game was that when they was arguing on the sideline, bro? And D
I
Law
didn't
was
even know
like,
they was arguing.
and it looked like D Law was like, "Shut your bitch ass up" or something like that.
Oh shit.
Um,
Was that this season?
yeah, that was this season.
Oh, it must have been
Was that? I think it
the
was the.
Ravens
I'm about to say, I think it was the Ravens game. I think it was the Ravens game.
or the Saints.
Yeah, it was one of them games. And you know what I mean? It's just I don't think, you know what I mean, when you were young, like when you were a young guy, Micah had a pro like he didn't really want to take that leadership role because, you know what I mean, in situations like that, you know what I'm saying? And he really tried to play like the back seat, but it was just like when your play demands that you need to be a leader, it's kind of different in the locker room because you know what I mean in the locker room you're not making more money than these guys. You haven't been here longer than these guys. Like, how can you tell these guys what to do? And it's just a disconnect there. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like now this year when Michael was really trying to take that leadership role, you know what I mean? You're gonna have the older guy who really feel like he the leader, you know what I mean, bucking heads with him, you know what I mean? And that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. And I just felt like, yeah, it was definitely time to move on from him for that part. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
the defense is young. You know what I'm saying? And I was just and even in Dex, like I was just talking to somebody even like in Dex type of situation, like everybody that came in with is gone.
Literally.
Everybody that came in is gone.
Now.
So it's
Yeah.
like, so it's just like, is Dak really a like? He obviously he's a leader of the team, but it's just like, are those guys actually looking towards him for leadership? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you know what I mean. It's same thing in the defense. Like the young guys, they're looking towards Micah for leadership. They're not looking towards D Law for leadership for real. And
Yeah.
then you know what I mean. Then you got the older guys that probably do look to D Law for leadership and things like that. And you know what I mean. Divide in the locker room. And I feel like that definitely caused a rift. And I think you kind of seen it on the field a little bit. Like obviously when you're winning things is good, but when you
Yeah.
losing, and you know what I mean, when you losing, and now it's just like okay, like I want you to do this differently. Depending on how you take that, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's gonna be some tension. There's gonna be some hate, some envy, things like that. Like even in my own experiences, when we're not even playing for money, we're just competing for a spot. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that.
Right.
So you know what I mean? You put money, business, livelihood, and all of that. It could definitely get messy. You know what I mean? When we was talking to Roy Williams, you know what I mean? They telling him the
Oh
wrong
yeah.
plays. You know what I'm
The
saying?
wrong
Like, yeah,
place.
that shit get real. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
bro.
these guys don't want you coming here and taking a spot. You know what I mean? Taking a money that they could possibly get. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that, man.
But
At
here's
the
the
end of the day,
thing.
it's a business.
Michael Irvin said, do you remember when Jerry Jones promised to draft Randy Moss and then he ended up drafting Greg Ellis?
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that if the Cowboys drafted Randy Moss like they were supposed to, he would have loved to take the back seat to a guy like that when Michael Irvin was the face of the Cowboys.
Hey, it all depends on, you know what I mean, the individual. Every individual different. You know what I'm saying? Like receiver, you kind of share the
And
ball
that's
a
a
little
deeper
bit.
position.
You know what I mean? Like receiver, you know what I mean? You can kind of share the ball a little bit. You know what I mean? If I got another guy next to me, that takes the pressure off of me a little bit. You know what I mean? I get
Mhm.
more one on ones. You know what I'm saying? For defense, it should be the same way. You know what I mean? For D
Yeah.
ball, you know what I mean? It should be the same type of situation. And I feel like I feel like before Micah got there, he was really on the downside of his career, and I think Micah helped revive it.
You think so?
And for sure, bro, go look at the numbers.
You really think so?
Go look at the numbers
Yeah.
before Micah got there. Go look at his sack numbers before Micah got there. D Law finally became the pass rusher we he fell off from when Micah got there, and the pressure was off of him. Them sack
Well,
numbers started going up again.
let's say so. 14 and a half in 2017. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then did
I don't know if he got
after
paid
after
yet.
that franchise
He
tag, yeah,
might have
but I
got
said they
franchise
franchise tagged
tag.
him twice.
Then he got 10 and a half
Mm-hmm.
and a
Got
pick,
paid.
got paid. And then 10 and a half went to five.
Mm-hmm.
And then five went to six and a half. And then Micah got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
He got
And
hurt.
I don't think he went over 6.5 cents.
He ain't go over six and a half cents.
Yeah, on God. But he got all pros,
Yep.
received less double teams, and he
Yep.
was a force in the run, and then he was a force in the run game. So it was like, it was a perfect duo. But it's like, if y'all could be the perfect duo, but like if you not willing to do certain things, like I know Micah for a fact used to say like guys don't be wanting to do certain things. Like if you don't want to do certain things, do you really want to win?
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, so that goes to your point about him not wanting to move over,
yeah, like if you don't like you
play
know
on
what I
another
mean? Like
side.
yeah, like I used to hear him saying like certain guys don't want to stunt, certain guys don't want to open guys up for real. You know what I'm saying? Like D Law don't want to move off one side of the ball, like you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit takes effect. Like if you got things like that in your locker room and the coach is going for that, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't let your defense reach the full potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like D Law could be the best one of our best D tackles. I wanted him to go to D tackle for a long time.
You
I'm
don't
like,
think
yo,
he?
you're a
I think
run
he's a little
stuffer.
too skinny for that though. He's
Yeah,
strong as
but he could
hell
play
though.
three, not a one tech, but he could play a three tech.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
not even stay there, but like, you know what I mean?
Play there
Play
at
there
times.
certain downs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
if you against that, like, do you really want to win? Like,
Right.
but you know what I mean? It's just certain situations like that, man. But I'm not knocking them, man. If you comfortable doing one thing and that's what you've been doing and you don't want to differentiate from that, I understand. But it's just like that's not team ball though, man.
Yeah.
And you know what I
And
mean?
yeah, I understand.
Micah the type of dude, you know what I mean, he gonna do whatever it takes to win. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Okay.
came in as a linebacker, didn't play DN since high school. They said, yo, we need you to play DN. No problem. And you know what I mean? Went and was great at it. And then, you know what I mean? They were like, hey, we kind of want you to stay here. And Micah, like, well, like, I was more healthy when I was playing linebacker. I wasn't getting beat up as much. But, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm going to do it for the team. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, Micah, you know what I mean? Playing linebacker, his rookie year was his most healthy year, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like,
he's been nicked up, but this is what I wanted to ask you. Do you think he should go back to linebacker? Obviously
um,
not full time. Obviously not full time.
I mean, I think he should. If you know what I mean, people want that production, man. Like I've been saying, like if you want production, you want the splash plays, you want the numbers, you want the tackles for loss, and all of that. Yeah, Micah should be a linebacker, man. But you know what I mean. If you want that dominant edge rusher, and you know what I mean, you feel like you can go get guys that can help you stop the run and make plays sideline to sideline. And I feel like we do got some of those guys. You know what I mean. Demo, I feel like. was exactly what Micah would have been if he had been a linebacker. You know what I mean? And it just sucks losing him because you know what I mean. We don't know when we're gonna get him back, but
Yeah.
with having Demo though, that takes the need for Micah to be a linebacker away a little bit. If we can get another guy like that, you know what I mean. I like some of our backers. I feel like we could definitely draft one, or you know what I mean, bring another one in. If we're not gonna be using Micah at linebacker, but if we're gonna be using Micah at linebacker, I think we good in the linebacker room.
Okay. So my last question, and then we can wrap this up. Is Demarcus Lawrence signing with the Seahawks? Is it a loss? And if so, how big or major of a loss is losing him?
That's a loss.
Because you already can't stop the run.
And he one of our
Granted,
best run
he's not
stoppers.
really healthy at this point in his career. He's injured, nicked up, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna say that, but he's injured, nicked up, whatever. He's your best run defender. You can't on a team that can't stop the run.
Man, yeah, like I said, like yeah, losing them hurts for sure. But then you know what I mean. We look at, but if we go look at it, you know what I'm saying. We played X amount of games without him last year, and throughout the season, you know what I mean. The run defense did get better. Um, so for me, I just feel like it's gonna come down to coaching. You know what I mean, coaching scheme and our plan of attack. Um, and for the most part, Eberflus runs like you know what I mean a lot of 4 man, not a lot of blitzing, and that helps in the run game. You know what I mean? Because that's basically fundamental football, man. We're gonna stay in our gaps, and you know what I mean, play assignment football. And I feel like Zim did a lot of that last year, and that was really the adjustment from Dan Quinn to Zim. You know what I mean? Doing Zim's Dan Quinn was more of a attack, read and react. Zimmer was more of a no. This is your role. This is your assignment. All I needed you to do is do your assignment. And I think early in the year, guys were still on the read and react superhero. I'm gonna still try to make this play even though I don't need to type of. And you know what I mean. Later on the season, you kind of see like guys really started buying into their roles and benefiting from it. Um, Jordan Lewis, great benefactor from that. You know what I mean. Career year, got paid, got up out of
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Chauncey Golston, career
Another one.
year, got paid, got up out of here. So Dante Fowler, you know, what I mean, we brought him
Oh yeah,
in,
he's back.
pass rusher. Um,
Yeah, but
I
he's
think
not
he's going to.
stopping the run.
I'm about to say, I think he's going to be a starter. He was a starter last year.
I don't
Let's
know if
see what
that's
he
a good
does,
man.
man. Let's see if he. Gotta see what he does, man.
But yeah, this video ain't about him right now. So I'm not gonna get into too much of how I feel about Dante Fowler. I actually do like Dante Fowler.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like him as a starter though.
I think he's going to have to start because of the injury with Sam Williams,
But
and we don't
he'll
know
be back,
where.
right?
He'll be back. I think he'll be back. He should be back by week 1, but I
But
don't know if
still,
he's
though,
going
he'll
to be.
still probably
I'm about to say I don't think he's gonna be ready for camp, like
yeah.
camp. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna practice. I don't think he's gonna play in the preseason games.
Okay. So
Though.
what are replacements that you think the Cowboys should do at the left end spot?
I
Run
like
stopping replacements.
I think Nealon's gonna be the guy. If he can stay healthy, I think Nealon's gonna be the guy. Um, I think that's what we brought him in for, a bigger guy. You know what I mean? He's not really the pass rusher. He is more the run stuffer, technique guy. He's not gonna beat you with speed, just technique and power. Um, So I look for him to make a jump. He missed a couple games last year, and he was looking good. So I look for him to make a jump. Um, we signed a guy, Peyton Turner. Film doesn't look great, but you know what I mean. Situations is everything. You know what I mean. Hopefully, he can come in, buy in, and you know what I mean. Just do the job, man. We don't need guys to splash. We don't need guys to do the spectacular, man. We just need guys to come in and do the job, bro. Just the job. Play your role, do your assignment. If you can do that, bro, you can be on a lot of teams and be successful, man. It's not about all the stats all the time, man. It's just about doing your job. That's what's gonna keep you paid in the NFL.
For
Doing
sure.
your
For
fucking
sure.
job. So I don't care about big name free agents, even big name draft. Like if we're gonna get some guys that are gonna come in and do the job, that's what I'm gonna be happy with. You know what I mean? Get guys that are coming in, buy into the system. I love the way we've been moving this all season with the coaching hires and signing these guys early, not waiting. Um, we just gotta see what happens at training camp, man.
For sure. All right, well, we can wrap it up right there. Demarcus Lawrence, thank you for everything for you did. Blah, blah, blah.
Everything you did for the
Thank
Cowboys,
you for
man.
everything you've done for the Cowboys. Good, congratulations on your new contract. Good luck in Seattle.
And you
Hopefully,
did
you
not
don't
have
win
to
nothing
say
there,
what you
though.
said, man. You did not have to say what you said,
Hopefully, you don't win nothing in Seattle, though.
man.
You can
I ain't
get
gonna say
individual
that,
awards.
but
I hope you can get individual awards.
I don't think y'all gonna win nothing over
Ain't
there,
gonna be no
man.
Super Bowl though, bro. But all right, like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Oh, I botched that whole shit. I fucked that shit up. God damn, boy. All right, I'm finna post this shit right now. Tomorrow morning, or not tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon.